Preferred weapon for the apocalypse then. Hmm. So I remember years and years ago when I was in high school, there was a Facebook post, like, because we were all on Facebook back then, and, that was totally normal. There was like a Facebook survey where you were supposed to take it and it would tell you what your post apocalyptic weapon is. And I got the Ripper, which is the Fallout. It's like a knife, but it has a chainsaw blade on it. I guess you don't call it a blade, it would be a chainsaw chain on a knife. And that was the weapon I got. And I was like, you know what? That actually probably would be a really great zombie apocalypse weapon. It's much more usable than a like full on chainsaw that you have to carry. But again, it's a fabricated, it's not real, it's a fictional thing. So I don't know if that's a solid answer or not. So we did not bring all of our items in from the vehicle. Let's see if we can go to the vehicle and do it. Zombie cop, where? We should kill you. I don't want you like coming over and where are all of you? Okay, they're to the north. We don't have to worry about them just yet. But the runner and the cop have to go. We don't want them breaking in our windows, damaging our vehicle, etc., etc. So just wait for the runners. Zombie cop's not here yet. Where'd you go, bruh? Oh, this house is boarded up. Zombie runner. They haven't seen me. I'm worried that like right inside this building is a bunch of zombies, and that in the middle of us sleeping, they're gonna come and find us. And I'm a little nervous about that. We should probably clear this if we get a chance. We may be pushed a little too far north into town, but we'll make it work. Go ahead and drop. Didn't I just pick some stuff up? I guess not. So let's see if we can sort from the vehicle here, and hopefully that zombie cop does not become a problem. So we are sorting things. Tough zombie spotted. Yeah, I'm very nervous right now about getting this stuff destroyed. 50 to our east. You're not going to see me. Tough zombie, ignore. Okay, we are sorting our stuff. Spear is probably most practical, but would love a flamethrower, of course. We've talked a little bit before about how I feel about fire versus zombies. I don't really support that. Although I think a flamethrower is a little bit different just because of, like, don't flamethrowers, like, literally, it's not like just shooting fire. It's like, it coats you in the fuel and then you burn much more quickly. So that might be viable, I guess. Landmines, maybe. Well, I would not feel comfortable handling a flamethrower or landmines. Honestly, I wouldn't even be comfortable handling a chainsaw for combat purposes. Spear makes sense. Like we've talked about that before as well. A spear, if you ask me the two things I would think of for controlling a zombie, number one is like a boar spear that has the like arms or the flanges or whatever it's called that kind of prevents them from spearing themselves towards you. And then the other one is like a dog catcher pole that has the loop on it so that you can easily control at a distance an unruly human. I don't think it would be easy, but I think it would be better than some things. Why didn't you sort my tools? Did I not make a tool pile? I feel confident that I did. I did not. Okay. What? Spare parts, food, wood. Thought I made a tools pile. Okay, make a tools pile. We definitely need our tools. We'll slap that right next to our crafting area as well. Go ahead and finish sorting those items. Still trying to keep an eye on these enemies. I would really like the zombie cop to come here. Like if you could just come fight me. Okay, yes, I would feel more comfortable. Just because you're a little bit more dangerous than some of the other ones. Just going to bludgeon away. We have plenty of antiseptic and stuff. We don't need to worry about getting bit. A baton is going to be worse than our tonfa. We really do need to repair our tonfa. Are you plastic? You are. So we'll take that apart for just the parts. Because we're never going to use the baton. And in fact, we should probably assess. We can probably make a better weapon than the tonfa at this point. We're going to start seeing upgraded zombies soon. And although this has a high bash value, it also has the rapid strike ability. And the rapid strike ability means that it will do less damage, which means it will be less likely to beat armor of higher armored zombies. So We really probably should swap. I do like the quarterstaff. We might be able to make a quarterstaff. Even the iron shot, because we do have a torch at this point. I do really like the iron shot quarterstaff. It's a +3 and a high bash. Looks like they've in fact buffed it since the last time I really used it. Because 32 is very high damage for... Oh, but it has rapid strike? Oh no, I don't want rapid strike. 50% move, 66% damage. Okay, so 66%. I mean, I have an app for this. I don't know if it'll open. Yeah, let's not show my stuff on camera. Let's pull up the calculator. My puppers are barking at something. 32 damage times 0.66. 21 damage. So that's good enough. Even if it rapid strikes, it's good enough to kill and beat the armor on a lot of the lower tier stuff. I will eventually need to upgrade that as well, but that should be passable for a while. So that seems good. Anyway, let's take a look at chat. Also a motorcycle outfit, thick leather, or chainmail. Yeah, chainmail I think makes the most sense, or like a shark bite suit or something, just because if the zombies are bitey, if they're those kind of zombies, then chainmail seems like completely impervious, like nothing's gonna bite through chainmail, right? So that to me makes the most sense. I guess if we're doing like Cataclysm zombies, it makes less sense, just because of the fact that they do other kinds of damage and have other attacks. But in like your standard zombie apocalypse, I think most armors from like medieval times are gonna insulate you from most damage. Like obviously something like a gambeson or whatever could possibly tear or whatever, but even that is probably gonna insulate you. Like they never talk about that in zombie stuff, is like even basic armor is probably gonna insulate you from most damage from humanoid zombies that are just trying to bite you. If it's like rage zombies or something where they're like barfing blood, infection all over the place, then, you know, obviously that's a different kind of protection necessary, but for the most part would be fine. So let's eat and drink. I did notice it didn't put anything on our drink pile, which means it's sorting them onto our food again. I really thought that was fixed. People keep telling me things are fixed, and then they turn out not to be fixed, which is fine. It's just always a bummer when someone says, oh yeah, they fixed that, and I'm like, great, never have to worry about that again, and then you find out, no, they didn't. So anything that's not sealed. We have some bread. We probably have some meat laying around. Why don't we make some meat sandwiches? We have... Oh, you can make it out of biscuits. Okay. Well, that's great, because this will use up a lot of the garbage meat that we pick up. So, like, I don't know, we have Spam. You know, I normally wouldn't just eat Spam. Spam's actually pretty low in calories, surprisingly. Someone told me it's really good shelf life food for, like, a shelter or whatever, because it has a lot of the fats and stuff that you need. I don't know. We'll make it out of Spam. We'll make some meat sandwiches. They do spoil in a day, though, so we'll make it out of bread, and we will use Spam, and it will use a full can, so we don't have to worry about maintaining our can. Go ahead and drop it on the ground, and let's use this table. Where is yes, in progress meat sandwich. Drop on table. Examine table. Work on craft. My preferred long-lasting food to stock up on? Question mark. Oh, so again, just off the top of my head, Spam comes to mind. Someone told me that it has a lot of the protein and fat that you would need, so it's like relatively cheap and available. I think long-lasting food in general, if you're stocking a shelter, it has to be canned food. It's just so much easier, cheaper, and more readily available. If you're talking about something where like weight and stuff matters, like you have to transport it or whatever, probably just military surplus MREs and freeze-dried foods. They're going to be very expensive, but they are the most calorie-dense, nutritious, portable meals out there, really. So I think MREs are like a no-brainer. They are wildly expensive, though. I think minimally you're spending like $8 per meal for an MRE. It's quite expensive. I haven't checked in a long time. That might not be true anymore. Found my second Isherwood farm today. Oh, we found one in this playthrough as well. We just found one It's right here. We found one yesterday, or last time we streamed. You can get tons of food there. Yeah, we looted his pantry before we left, just because, why not, you know? Nice. There's a charcoal kiln and smoking racks. Yeah, there really is. Like, you could live very easily at Isherwood Farms. I just don't really feel like doing that, you know? If I were smart, we probably would. Just because they do have a lot of things. Like, Carlos, is making... Oh, we didn't... He's not even on our radar. We didn't get to see Carlos. But, Carlos will let you make a forge really easily. And he'll take care of, like... He'll set up all the tools and stuff. So, like, this is a really great place to set up your base if you want to live that way. I personally like living in the town, so I thought, you know, we would relocate. But yeah, there's a ton of crap at Isherwood Farm. They have greenhouses, they have pantries, they have herbal remedies. They all have guns and stuff. Very, very lootable. They have some cool quests, you know. I still didn't finish my Isherwood Farm guide because I got kind of bored with making the faction guides and just sort of abandoned it. But yeah, there's quite a lot there for looting and if you want to live there. You don't need to make your charcoal kiln or smoker if you find one. Getting a little hoarse. I had such a sore throat yesterday. I'm saying Isherwood Farm has one. Also, it has cows. I'm not living there. Static basing is boring. Just stocking up and doing quests. I mean, I like static bases, personally. I don't love being nomadic. I've done those playthroughs, but I really do prefer having a base. It's a personal preference, for sure, you know. Do what makes you happy. Do what the heart wants, blah, 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 etc. Let's, disassemble this. You don't have the tools to disassemble. I disagree with you. I have the tools. I do have the tools. Give me a soldering iron. No, not solder. We had like 4 soldering irons. Where are my soldering irons? Like we literally we just had a bunch of soldering irons. Where are they at? Sod. In fact, these are tools. Why are they not? Yeah, it's clearly a tool. Why is it not being sorted? Is our tool pile full? That would be interesting and seems unlikely. What's going on here? Why didn't you sort my tools? It doesn't tell you the size, volume. Yeah, it doesn't tell you the size of the tile, unfortunately. 27 pounds of nails, classic. Anyway, let's try disassembly again. Still can't disassemble. Maybe it has to be pick up the baton. Maybe it has to be telescoped out. You snap open your baton, okay? Baton disassemble. I hate when this stuff happens because Cataclysm doesn't tell you information. So, like, I have no idea why I can't take this apart. It can be stored, no. Repair using a soldering iron, no. Why can't I take you apart? Drop the baton. Butcher. You don't have the necessary tools. I do, though. Like, is it... You cannot disassemble this. Why give me conflicting messages? You don't have the tools. You can't disassemble it. Why give me both? Whatever. I don't care. Get out of here. Get out of here, baton. We'll harvest some plastic here. What do you do when you static base? Well, usually the issue is, well, I mean, I loot and play the game the same way I normally would, but like usually in the earlier game, getting to forge level and all that stuff, I do it like in a base, right? It's usually I don't have the skills to put a welder in my car. I don't have the skills to put a forge in my car. Usually in the early game, I build those things myself if I want a forge. This playthrough, we haven't gone for a forge. Secondarily, being nomadic is great, and you can really live out of your deathmobile for sure without any problem. Problem is, in the early game, you don't have a deathmobile. You got to build up your skills to get a welder. You have to build up your skills to harvest solar panels and batteries and all that stuff. So, like, it's just not viable early on to be that reliable, like, reliably nomadic. I would much rather have a static base. Usually by the time I get to, like, or like before summer starts, but like right before summer starts. Usually by then I have a full-fledged deathmobile and I switch to being nomadic. In the early game I play with a static base. It's just much more sensible, easier to do in my opinion. So drop the soldering iron. We should probably bring those tools in. If I sort this, will you put it on the tools pile? No. Why are you still sorting? You told me before I didn't have anything left to sort. And where's that? Where are the zombies? Zombie runner, zombie child. We got the zombie's attention. We'll kill him. Gotta go. See you around. Keep it up, murder. Still enjoying your content and commentary a lot. Hey, thanks for the support. Have a nice night. Thanks for stopping in. I do want to stream a little bit longer than I have been. You know, the last couple streams have been about an hour long. And if I do that again, we're going to run out of footage for YouTube, so that's not great. You're on the same day as me and have the same vehicle. What is that? I don't know what you mean. Okay. Gotta go to sleep, murder. See you next time. Have a good one. Stay safe and try to be happy or at least content. Yeah, contentment. Blah, 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 etc. It may be sensible. I mean, even if you have the same vehicle as me and whatnot, I prefer to be in a static base, so... I could be nomadic at this moment if I wanted to, but I wouldn't be comfortably nomadic unless I had... I mean, I don't need a forge, but I would like to, you know, have to expand the vehicle considerably, put a bed in it, put some cargo spaces in it. Bare minimum, it needs a recharger, probably a vehicle welder if I'm able to make such a thing, definitely a mini freezer. Then I would probably be comfortable living out of it. But until then, I would just rather have a static base where I have all this space to put stuff. And just like people tell me all the time, like, why do you use stoves? People tell me all the time, like, you know, you can make an electric stove or you can make an electric kitchen unit and just use your car battery. I know, you know, but I just would rather... It's so much easier and cheaper just to gather wood and throw it in an oven. I don't know, just a personal preference, I guess. You know, I played quite a lot of Cataclysm. You just get in a rut after a while, I think, and you just do things the same way over and over, so... I don't know, to each his own. If you enjoy being nomadic, be nomadic, man. Play how you want to play. And, yeah. I don't want any of this stuff. We will take a leather jacket. Football armor should be plastic. We can definitely take that apart for plastic. So let's, hit the stairs here. So we'll get plastic to repair our tonfa. I would like every bit of... No, who cares about the tonfa? We said we were going to upgrade anyway. What does the iron shod need? Oh, that's right. It needs a forge, not a welder. What was I thinking? Okay. I don't really want to make a forge, to be honest. Oh, forge and charcoal and all that crap. It's just... I don't want to do it. Making all the tools. That stuff takes time. I don't feel like doing it. Okay, well, what... That probably means the tonfa is going to be, like, the best thing we can make at the moment. What can I make in the realm of damage? This hollow cane has a 3 bash. Okay. Cudgel, no. Nailboard, no. We want something... I do think we probably need a forge if we want, like, a proper, better weapon. I hate making a forge and charcoal kiln. And we don't have the skills to make... We just don't have the skills to make an electric one. Are you near Isherwood Farm? Yes, I don't really want to go. You hear whack. Sorry, by the way, the fire people are going to go. Which means there's going to be a lot of sirens and stuff. Makeshift sword. I mean, I would rather... If we're going to make something, I would much rather it be, like... forged, you know, and like moving up to a proper weapon. Although we don't even have the books for most of those weapons. I am near Isherwood Farm. I don't really feel like going over there just to do this and come back, so I would rather do things myself personally. I don't really like NPCs that much anyway, so I feel kind of weird exploiting them. I think we just fight this zapper. This is not metal, right? If these sirens get bad, we'll just take a break and I'll go smoke a cigarette until they're done and we'll come back. But hopefully it won't be too loud. It depends where they're going. So this thing, 18 with a +2 to hit. it is just plastic. We should be fine. Kill the Zapper zombie before he becomes hugely problematic. And we are getting more and more injured. We could just make a forge. I haven't done that in a while. I think the last playthrough we completely skipped forging. So we could do that. That'll give us something to do, albeit boring. For now, let's eat and drink, which we were going to do before and then failed to do. Oh, and I made those sandwiches and then never ate them. Meat sandwiches. Yes. Eat those. And sure, have a little smoked meat. Little smoky. And I don't think we have tea, right? Tea. No, this is not the food pile. What am I doing? Tea. Green tea, yes. Drink the green tea until you are no longer thirsty, my friend. Dos Equis. Let's drop the leather jacket. Let's make a home wrecker so we can go out and smash some boulders. We're missing chunks of steel. Okay, what can I get chunks of steel out of in this house? We're not near any stores. Chunks of steel. Maybe from the oven? Probably not, though. We did get chunks of steel. Okay. So we'll go next door and smash their oven as well, just to get a few more parts. Pop in the window we broke out before. Hello. Just raiding your house. No big deal. Just one chunk of steel. Well, that's enough anyway for the home wrecker, so that'll do for now. Come over here. And we'll haul these things to the unsorted pile so that they'll go to the... Oh, definitely didn't just hit myself in the crotch with something when it fell off my desk. So that's exciting. Makeshift sword. What I usually do is look for books, early game at least. Yeah, I mean, we definitely have a pretty limited selection at the moment. We would really like to find a library or bookstore or anything of that nature would be very helpful. Go ahead and sort those out really quick. No, don't sort the cars. I just wanted the other stuff. Make a home wrecker so we can go out and gather some rocks here. Home wrecker. I'm really surprised the fire sirens didn't go crazy. I heard the actual siren go, but not the fire people. They might have headed the other way out of town. It's on the table. Of course it is. Of course it's on the table. Grab the home wrecker. Yes, wield the home wrecker. Go out and gather some rocks really quickly. Thankfully, with the invention of these boulders, it's much easier to gather rocks now than it ever has been before. Back in my day, when I first started playing, finding rocks was super painful and took forever. Things are a lot easier now, although in this tile set, the boulders are much smaller and harder to see, and they seem to be behind... a lilac bush back here. Seem to be hidden behind some of the trees and things, so that's not great. But we will do some rock gathering. Gonna need a lot of them.